Totally. And I'll say there's really two different things going on here. And I think about them as two distinct elements. One is how well somebody manages their time blocks specifically. And that's more of like a focus kind of element of how well can you be focused on one thing and execute that one thing super well. And separate from that is this concept of priority management, where you're looking at, of all the different things I do, what do I actually prioritize and focus on? So when you look at my schedule, it's pretty blocked out. Like, just even when you visually look at it, there's just chunks of time that are dedicated and often color coded for different kinds of activities. So when I'm doing one thing, I'm super present with that one thing. And I know Ryan is as well. And that's one of the things I'm excited to get into with him. But this concept of like, you can really only do one thing really well, is a pretty powerful one. And when you let yourself get, you let distractions in, whether it's through your phone or people walking into your office or you being like mentally drifting, you cannot execute on multiple things at one time. So that's kind of the first concept, is like you have to be able to look at your calendar and protect zones of it and say, like, I'm going to protect this time. The phone is off, the door is closed. There's all the notifications of the computer are off. Like, I'm sitting down and I'm doing this one thing well. So that's a part of it. And I'd call that block scheduling. The other part of this is how you figure out, like, from a priority management perspective, what you're actively going to go and focus on. So there's two different paradigms here, right? And the first one here, the paradigm one is like where you've got a situation where other people can impact what goes into your mind and your energy and your focus. And that's where I think most people, when I see, like, especially in the contracting space, a lot of business owners run around like this, right? You've got what is your most scarce resource, your focus, your time, your energy, and you let something from the total outside come and derail what you want to do, whether it's a customer, whether it's an employee, whether it's the accountant or the lawyer, or whatever calling. And the idea is, like, how do you flip that and say, what is actually most important for me, for the organization, for what I want to achieve, and structure your week and your day around that. That's a totally different paradigm shift, right? And the way to do that is that you first have to be clear on what your goals and your priorities are, right? Whether it's over the year, over a quarter, over a month, over a week, whatever. But you have to be able to say, here's what I want to go out and achieve, whether that's certain initiatives in the business, like I really need to hire an operations manager and a financial controller, or whether it's more simple, like we got to get 6 estimates done and pushed out the door this week with proposals out, or we got to produce a certain number of hours or get to completion of these jobs or whatever. But you have to be able to say, like, here's what I want to go and do. And then from there, break down, like, hey, here are the tasks and the specific things that need to happen, and literally write them out. And again, I want to really get into this with Ryan, but it's that mental exercise within these time blocks I talked about, where you sit down and you're like, for me to achieve this goal or this initiative on a piece of paper or an Excel file or whatever, here's the list of stuff that I need to get done. And here's how long each of these things is going to take. And here's the level of priority.